Can hear you.
Crazy, you muted.
I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna.
Hello. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we always say go.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 40 of the Xbox International Airlines. Man, oh man, we got one wild, crazy episode going on tonight. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of talking about gaming. I'm really happy that, really excited, really pumped that tonight is just gonna be super duper special. Oh man, I mean, sorry guys, that was my worst intro, but yeah, I'm just a bit beat up. Let's start with our awesome guest. Give me a second, because I have something written down for our awesome guest before I do the introduction. Hold up, guys. Hold up. There we go. There you go. I had this written down for you, buddy. You ready for this?
Always ready.
Always
Oh,
ready?
boy.
He is a newly fathered and AEW obsessed, nearing 9K subs. He also looks like if Jason Briggs and Ariel Helwani had a baby. Mr. Plume Network, how are you doing today, sir?
Well, that's me.
I'm doing great, especially after an intro like that. Yeah, I always get Jason Biggs, but Sour came up with the Ariel thing, so now I got a mix of both of them. So I don't know. I'm guessing that's a good thing that I look like a mix up of them both.
Wait, okay, just to set up a reminder, isn't Jason Biggs the guy that
Yes.
in that movie?
Yes, this is exactly what you're thinking. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He look at that. Plume already knows how you think.
Oh, he stopped me right there.
He's like, no.
I just didn't want to get you in a timeout right when the show started. So I had to stop you from saying it.
Oh man, no, I'm too beat up, man. I got a little bit of energy, but yeah, let's go, Sourblow. Oh, I have to introduce Sourblow though. What can I say about Sourblow today? Except for that, he picked on me because he said that I can't do the same intro, Senior Song Plume. He also, what did you do this week at Sourblow so I can pick on you?
I played some games.
That's all you did? Okay, but anyways, Sourblow, how are you doing, brother? Tell us. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing good. Excited to be here, talk gaming. A lot of news came out today while I was at work. So, yeah, excited.
Oh, you're excited? Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Me, man, I'll be honest with you. I'm beat. I'm tired. I had a crazy weekend, I started gym on Monday, and after I started gym, I went to the dentist. They had to pull my baby tooth out. I was so sad, man. So yeah, I had to get stitches, and then after that, the next day I had to go get some moles out of my skin, a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, I just had a crazy weekend. I'm hurting. I'm in pain, and I'm in painkillers. So I could probably be a little bit messed up. But yeah, super excited for this week's episode, man, and super happy to be here with you guys. Plume, what have you been playing, sir?
Before that, before that, because Crazy think he's slick, so I'm gonna call him out on this. Today is October 26th, and you promised the chat that you will come in on a Deadpool, costume.
Good.
Where's the Deadpool costume?
That's good you said that.
I'm disappointed.
No, don't be disappointed. I actually have a good thing to tell you guys. I mean, I think Amazon had a thing these days. Didn't have like a thing, a sell thing these days on Amazon.
a thing, a sell. You mean
Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime.
They had like a special, and the courier is super full of packages.
Oh, okay. So the package hasn't arrived.
It hasn't arrived. Man.
Okay. I'll let it slide. Then I'll let it slide.
I mean, literally, my Nintendo game, I ordered it 2 weeks ago, and it came 3 days ago. And it usually takes like 2 days to get here, but yeah, it's insane.
Okay, I'll accept that excuse.
Oh, you said that? Okay. Yes. Oh, woohoo. But anyways, Mr. Plume, what have you been playing, sir?
So I jumped in to Plague Tale Innocence from your suggestions last week. I jumped in on my Steam Deck.
Nice.
And loving it so far. I'm on chapter 5, but like the atmosphere, the storytelling, all that type of stuff, really, really, really good. So you guys so far are right about that one. I am enjoying it. And Modern Warfare 2, I played through the campaign, which was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the campaign. It's short, sweet, but has a lot of variety, interesting characters, interesting story, and probably I would say the best looking game that I've played in a very, very long time. It looks absolutely incredible, especially like the first mission when you load in and you see like the rocks, like it blew me away. So yeah, that's been my gaming this week.
How would you compare this campaign to other campaigns?
I like it better than Vanguard's campaign. Vanguard looked amazing as well graphically, but I found like it was kind of boring for a lot of it, but I think it's on par with Black Ops Cold War, which I also really liked as well. So it's good. I definitely would recommend playing. I know a lot of people at Call of Duty just jump right over to the multiplayer, but I would definitely give it a go. I've played through it twice. I actually played it on regular and I played through it on veteran. So nice. Veteran's crazy. Like you literally can't be peeking out a hair, get shot.
I got my butt kicked in normal. You played in veteran? That's insane.
Yeah. That's I had to get the achievement for beating on a veteran.
Oh, cool. And then there's isn't there like another level? I forgot. I think it's
yeah. There's realism, but I didn't know if I want to put myself through that pain right now.
I would not go there. Ooh, Sourblow, what have you been playing, sir?
Well, I have dropped a little bit on Witcher 3. I haven't played much of Witcher 3 because I've been playing a lot of Plague Tale when I had the chance because I've been pretty busy doing other stuff. But I've been loving Plague Tale. I'm like around chapter 8. That's maybe halfway or close to halfway. And, I love the game. Not to spoil anything, kind of like what Plume said with the first one, with Innocent. The atmosphere is amazing. The graphics, there's definitely like a jump. At first, like I didn't really notice it, but my boss gave me his Xbox so I can put games on it, and I actually downloaded Innocent. Like I installed Innocent for him, and I decided let me jump into it to kind of look at it to see how different it is, and there is a jump on it, even though Innocence looks pretty good itself.
On Steam Deck, I was playing through that and I'm like, man, this thing's running on a handheld and looks this good.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So Requiem I jumped into just like for the first mission or so, but there is a jump. But Innocence looks incredible for 2019.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Requiem picks up and it looks amazing. The story is great, and at first I thought there wasn't much jump on like game mechanics and stuff that you can do to it, but I guess they slowly introduce you into more and more stuff, and now that I'm like around chapter 8, there is a lot of new things you can actually do, so it's pretty cool. How about you, Crazy? Like, what have you been playing?
Oh man, I've been having a busy weekend. I mean, didn't Scorn come out this weekend? Yeah, Scorn came out this weekend, wasn't it?
I think it was no. It was the previous week, the 14th, something like that.
Painkiller's getting to you, Louis.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Sorry, guys. I'm really on the painkillers. I'm not kidding you. But yeah, what I played a little bit of Scorn, and then I started playing the Call of Duty campaign, and man, that Call of Duty campaign, it's just there was only 2 missions I hated in that game. There was only 2 missions. And that mission, there was one that you had to deal with sniping. I always got I was like, I'm sitting here and all of a sudden the guys like see me from far away. I don't know how the heck they saw me. And then like there's one with vehicles. And every time I try to jump on a truck, I always landed on the floor. I was like, God, I said, dang. But anyways, I beat the game. It was a lot of fun. I beat it last night. And man, I'm going to give it an IGN rating. I give it 5. That's my rating. Like IGN gave it a 6. I give it a 5 out of 5 though. But yes, it's a fun game. Really fun game. Extremely fun. Extremely awesome. Really recommend it. I cannot wait for the multiplayer. Oof. A lot of fun.
I haven't played it, but since I looked at it, I guess I can rate it, right? That's how it works.
You only need to play. You only need to play 10 minutes before you can give a review.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so I need 10
You're not
minutes.
there yet.
Okay.
So you're playing a Plague Tale, the first one or the second one?
The first
The
one.
first one.
Okay.
I was told I cannot play Requiem until I play the first one.
Of course,
Yeah.
you gotta do it like that, and that. Oof, I'm not gonna continue with that. Sourblow, tell me something about Plague Tale. Is the crossbow good? Is it a lot of fun?
Yeah, so far, at least because you get. I guess this is not like a mere spoiler. You don't get the crossbow like right at the beginning, so
Okay.
it takes time for you to get the crossbow. So I haven't used it that much. And then the other thing is once you get the crossbow, also, you kind of have to monitor your ammunition. It's not like you got unlimited, So they make you play around like the game is, it's kind of like a stealth game, and you gotta monitor your ammunition because that's kind of how the game is. But because the tension is, but it's great. I love, and there's many other things that you can do like for example, you can tap into you can use kind of like a tag team with Hugo.
Really?
Where you can use some of Hugo's abilities. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Well, you still got the rocket. You still got the rocket in hand, right? That rock that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is Hugo very annoying at the beginning of Innocence?
Oh yeah, he's super. Not only in the beginning, he's super annoying. He is so annoying.
Oh my god!
I'll tell you.
I've never wanted to punch a kid more in my life than Hugo.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Oh my god, he's so annoying.
Dude, what's wrong with y'all? I know how y'all feel because I mean I always tell myself that in God of War I wish Kratos had like a spank button. He really needed a spank button. But man,
but at the end, you might like something towards the end about him.
Okay,
that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, he's super annoying.
Yeah, he is. Oh man. But anyways. Sourblow, tell everybody what is our fight itinerary tonight. Let's go.
All right, I might be like all over the place because there's a lot of stuff, but just to mention a few, we are gonna cover Resident Evil 4. That was a huge thing, the remake. We're gonna talk a lot, some about Sony, getting some time exclusivity. Well, actually getting more. We got Age of Empire had an event, and we got some Xbox news. Like, somehow they're making money on Game Pass. I don't know how, but
shocking.
Yeah. So that's partly it, Captain. Captain, where you went? Oh my god.
There you go.
I thought you upgraded the gear. Like, come on.
Upgrade my gear to what, man? I gotta wear my cool hat. This is my cool captain hat and with my cool glasses. Just in case the wind gets in my face.
We kind of crashed last week a little bit. I thought you would upgrade a little bit.
Okay, I'll upgrade in a few then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Sour has turned on the subscribe button sign. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Please store your food, beverages next to your decks, underneath the seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. And also make sure your seat is set back and you have hit that notification bell. We gently remind you that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, saying that 30 FPS games suck is strictly prohibited. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you. Sourblow, back to you.
All right. Okay, we got some quick news and we got some really, really quick news. So I'm going to start with just going over some really quick news because, if we go over all the news, we'll take forever. But we got Callisto Protocol. Finally, it has hit gold. We got God of War Ragnarok, which gave us their graphics mode. What was that?
Did you guys see the preview video today on Callisto Protocol? Oh man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen it, but I don't even want to see more about that game. That game for me, it's day one.
You don't want me? You don't want me to say a little bit about it, or you want me to shut up and just keep going?
No, well, it's up to you. If you want to say it, just say it. But
No, if you give me permission, I will, because since you don't want to know, But I'll say it though. I want to say it.
go ahead, go
But
ahead.
okay, okay. I'll say something though. The melee is hard. The combat is super hard, and not only that, it feels like it's real. Like when the guy runs, it doesn't feel like he's superhuman. It feels like he's actually like jogging. So it
Okay.
takes his time, and same things as the space. You run out of ammo and all that stuff. And but again, the melee is super hard, and those monsters are really, really tough. I mean, you got to shoot them in the tentacles. If not, they build up like Hulk Hogan and beat the heck out of you. So yeah, it's freaking
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
that
So
game looks cool. Everything I've seen looks
Graphics look
amazing.
crazy on it.
yes,
Yeah.
they do. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So
60
anyway,
FPS.
yeah. Anyway,
Yes,
talking
it's
about graphics, talking about FPS. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok gave their graphics mode, which they have favorite resolution, which is 4K 30 FPS locked. They have a favorite performance, which is 60 FPS locked. And then they have high frame rate on, which is 4K 40 FPS lock. And then they have a high frame rate on unlocked of up to 120 FPS, mostly around 90 to 100 FPS so far, according to the article. We have some interesting information about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's gonna be supposedly it's gonna be bigger than we thought, like bigger than what we expect from the trailers. The legendary Pokemons, they will arrive earlier, and you will be able to get them faster.
Hmm?
NPC
Wait,
trainers, yes.
doesn't that mean you beat the game if you get the Pokemons earlier? Because the whole point of that game is trying to get the legendary at last, though.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
well, I guess they're making some changes there.
Games have gotten easier, Louis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
okay.
like back in the old days.
Yeah.
We got the NPC players will will leave you alone. Basically, you will be the one that would start the interaction, not like the old games where they won't
What?
basically they won't leave you alone if you cross through their path. They would immediately start the battle.
Yeah,
So
that's what they gotta do. They gotta.
well, it's not that way anymore.
Oh,
You have to battle giant vehicles, which I guess maybe Team Rocket, or well, not Team Rocket in this case, but whatever team is there, maybe they will have mechanical um, vehicles or something. You can change your face whenever you liked, but you can't change your hair whenever you liked. You have to go to a salon for that, which was kind of weird. But and the other bad news is that the Switch might struggle a bit with the game. The game seems to be more ambitious for the device, according to the article. We got Crystal Dynamic uh, announced that. Let me see. Yeah, the Tomb Raider and the Perfect Dark. Oh, they're basically working on Unreal Engine 5, and they had it was a video where different developers were talking about Unreal Engine, and they talked a little bit about that. And then I think it was yesterday we had the big Age of Empire 25th anniversary, where we have I'll say three announcements. We have Age of Empire is heading to mobile, and then we have that Age of Empire 2. The definitive edition will be arriving to Xbox console on January 31st, 2023, with Age of Empire 4 coming later that same year. So 2023, we will have some Age of Empire. And then also in production, we have Age of Mythology Retold. It's in production. Any of you are a fan of Age of Empire? Any of you guys?
I've I've played Age of Empires. I haven't really gone deep into it. I tried Age of Empires 4 on PC. Very awesome game. But I'm actually pretty pumped that this thing's coming to console. Like I'm probably gonna jump in way more now that it is coming. Just I want to see what they do with the controls, the UI, how they're able to adapt it with games like what they've done in the past with like Gears Tactics and Halo Wars. So I'm pretty pumped for that. Yeah, that's awesome. And people were asking for this, and they finally answered the call.
Yeah.
I could go. Yeah, I could go on that. Why I think it's a good thing, but
Yeah, I think
anyways.
it's cool. I think it's cool.
I'm
Oh, go ahead, Crazy.
okay. I'm really hyped up for this game because really I'm happy that it's heading out to console. That way I can play more with my friends instead of just playing on PC. And if it's gonna get the mouse and keyboard thing, I think it will. Will it get mouse and keyboard?
I mean, it should be a given. Definitely.
Yeah,
you they confirmed you can plug in mouse and keyboard on your console and play with that. So
I'm happy about that, and I just hope that they keep on bringing those PC games that they make to console.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard, but yeah, they should try to keep bringing it.
Yeah, I mean,
they got to keep. I think they got to keep that parity between PC Game Pass and console Game Pass. Like, try to make everything the same as much as they can.
Yeah, and speaking about, I was gonna say, speaking about bringing things, we got that Bungie is set to bring back the Sky-Fi first-person shooter marathon with a new game that will be a 3-man squad extraction-based shooter. Marathon was created before Halo and first released on 1994, with 2 sequels to the title that came on 1995 and 1996. So, could this be an exclusive game to Sony, or would this just be some kind of a remake? I thought that was kind of interesting that I saw that.
Yeah, I think from what Bungie said, it shouldn't be exclusive, but from what Sony's trying to do with the CMA stuff and block the deal, this is their way to start competing with games like Call of Duty, right? If they can make a big popular first-person shooter, or at least another one, they may want to keep it exclusive. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you never know. It's good for Sony if they're going to do this, because I guess they are ready to start using their developers to try to make some FPSs to compete with Call of Duty.
What do you think, Crazy? Should Sony make this and Bungie make this exclusive to the platform to see if they can compete with maybe Halo, or what do you think they should do with this game?
Nah, I don't think they should make it exclusive because it's better for them to spread it out, just people to get a hold of it, make it crossplay, stuff like that, and it would generate more instead of just having it hogged up to their side. Not only that, I mean, today I don't know if you heard the news that it leaked that there's a faction coming out. Factions is coming out, right? I read about that today, so I think that will be exclusive on their side. But yeah, I don't think Bungie should make it exclusive this content. And I was gonna ask you though, what I read about, didn't it sound to you guys like if it's what's it called, a battle royale?
No, I don't think so. Because this is an existing old game. Like the game exists already. I guess maybe they're rebooting it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna remake it or reboot it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was like they were trying to make it like because you land to a place. I think I read that you land and you grab loot and you fight your way out. That's what I think I read.
Maybe. I guess to me the best approach they could make is first make like a reboot, and then maybe think of adding a battle royale so on if the game picks up. But that's just me talking. I don't. But I talk. Sorry.
So I was gonna say, I think it also is like how they plan to release it, right? Is it gonna be like a free to play style? If so, then they'll probably release it on everything. They go that route.
Yeah. But Crazy, the chat has been going up and down. I guess it's time for a shout out. What do you think?
Let's shout out because we got a bunch of people here tonight.
Right? Yeah.
And let's start with Mr. Dark. How are you doing, sir? Fun speculation. Happy to see you hanging out with us tonight, brother. It's Timmy. Hello, Timmy. Victor Click, mi hermano de allá de Nueva York, de aquí de República Dominicana. ¿Cómo estás, mi querido hermanazo? Talos, the man with the ray. Hello, Mr. Grasso. What's up, Mr. Grasso? Happy to see you here with us tonight, brother. Let's keep on going down. I see that everybody's calling me crazy too. Thank you. Hashtag crazy too. Thank you so much. Picking on me because I'm missing a tooth. That's nice. Yeah, thank you all. Really, I'm under painkillers, so yeah. Hello, 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 John G. How are you doing, sir? Keep going down the list. Ooh, Stuffy, Stuffy, Stuffy. Hello, my Stuffy brother. Hey, Stuffy has been playing South Park. I recommend him to play the Stick of Truth, and I know he's been enjoying and laughing his butt off. I'm glad you're having fun with that, Stuffy. Really am. So now, back to you, Sourblow. Take it away, my dear brother.
All right, all right. Let's start
Yeah.
with some Xbox news here that we got. We got several Xbox news. We got that lawyer Rima Alani. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Sorry
What?
about that.
No, you. Can I
Rima.
pick on
No,
you?
wait. Rima Alayla. Is that it?
Alayli?
Alayli?
Rima, I don't know.
Is
It's a tough
lead.
name.
Wow, the point is she is leading Microsoft Activision legal strategist, and she's going to attend a CMA hearing alongside Phil Spencer in the UK. The team of her team is going to lead aim. No, it was the lead aim to torpedo the Nvidia 40 billion bid for the chipmaker arm in the early 2021. Now, um, she's a very recognizable lawyer, and she was, she took part into having that deal basically break apart. Do you think, crazy? Let's start with you. It seems Microsoft are they're pretty aggressive about having this deal close. Um, what do you think? What do you think is gonna be the end game? Like what's gonna happen towards the end? Like, do you think this will? Do you think this move basically will pay off for them securing the deal, or do you think it didn't really matter which lawyer they got? What do you think about this move?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. They got the best. If they're gonna get the, if you're gonna go against something like this, you gotta get the best no matter what. Even though we find their arguments or their narratives kind of like lame, but I'm not but yeah, you gotta get the best in order to fight this off in order for them to win this,
And
especially What? Oh,
oh,
go
I
for
was
it.
gonna say, adding on top of that, do you think maybe they did this move to maybe intimidate the CMA?
Yeah, I think they did though, because I mean, either way, they're scared off their boots because they're trying to block a deal and they're making up all these excuses. It's just I sit there and I read them and I'm like, why are they saying this? I keep saying why? It's just insane. Like for example, they're saying they're gonna lower the quality of the game. Why would I want to buy a company and tell them, hey, lower the quality here for this, for this console, right? And not only that, what I found the most funny part about all this that they were saying that it's going to be up to 2027 that they were going to make Call of Duty games to be on all consoles, and yet Microsoft on the other side of things they want to put Call of Duty on Nintendo. They said it like what was it 2 or 3 months ago? They said that before the whole CMA thing started to become a big mess.
Yeah,
I think it was like 6 months ago. They said, hey, we want Call of Duty to go on Nintendo. So yeah,
which
ah, yeah.
yeah,
What?
which I was gonna say today. I just saw Phil Spencer reiterate on that he wants Call of Duty on the Switch.
Yeah, he literally said it again, and that's an idea they said after they bought Activision Blizzard. They say, hey, yeah, I want Call of Duty to go on to Nintendo side, and they want to make it over there, which he knows what he's doing because it's gonna be pretty much a mobile Call of Duty thing. Since people take their Switch everywhere to play, so it would be a smart move if they actually can pull that and put it over there. And of course, like I said, we gotta wait till this deal goes through
Yeah,
and cross fingers that it does.
yeah. Isn't it, La Plume, a little bit ironic that the lawyer they picked was actually someone that was kind of on the other side of the
Yeah.
the coin, because it was someone that actually helped kind of like not let a purchase go through. Now this time, she's gonna be on the other side, which she's gonna be trying to help the deal to go through. Do you think that experience might give Microsoft an advantage because she has that experience and she's been on the other side of the coin? She would know what the CMA are looking to attack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it plays a major role. She knows exactly what CMA is going to do and kind of help Microsoft pick apart what their arguments are going to be and how to counter them based off of a previous experience with Nvidia. But I mean, like, it's a $70 billion deal. They obviously are going to get the best possible lawyer they can to try to defend their own position. Funny thing I find about all of this is that the positions, like Louis was saying about the CMA, the stuff that they've said. I mean, you could hire me, give me a couple $1,000s. It'll be much cheaper than Riemann. I'll go defend pick apart the arguments that they've put out there. But yeah, obviously they're going to go for the best. $70 billion acquisition on the line.
Yes.
They're not going to skimp on the lawyers' side of things.
A couple thousand, I'll go for $1 bill.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'll be tired after that,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. Well, with this deal, we know that at least us, the consumer on the Xbox platform, we're gonna get some of the best deals. We expect that, and we already, even before the deal goes through, we're starting to see some of this, and we're seeing it with like packages of the Xbox Series S, because not only have I seen the Xbox Series S going for like $239.99 for the upcoming Black Friday. There's also one that's packaged with Modern Warfare 2 for $299.99 coming this Black Friday. Now, there's been a lot of talk that this console is holding back the generation and all that. But Plume, like, what do you think about this deal? Like, you almost like you see this deal, and it's almost like if you have no next gen console and you want to jump into the next generation and you basically are low on budget, it almost seems like a deal you can't deny. Like you
Yeah. No, I made a video about this earlier in the week when I saw that $240 deal for the Series S. It's, in my opinion, like, that's already in impulse buy territory where people are just not even going to think twice about what console they're picking up when the Series S is going to be available at $240. Like, Game Pass, you literally can't go wrong. I didn't see the Call of Duty thing, but it's interesting because I'm wondering how they're doing that. If that's like via the retailers, or because PlayStation has all the marketing rights for this Call of Duty, so I wonder how they're bundling that with the console right now. But that's another just insane deal that people are going to be buying up Christmas, holiday season, right? For gifts. Like, it's just in great price. You can't beat it. $299. And we saw the other interesting thing about that, which I think is going to add to these statistics, is we saw Satya Nadella yesterday, I think it was, come out and talk about the Xbox Series S and how 50% of the people buying the Series S are new gamers to Xbox.
Yeah.
Which is huge for Xbox itself. So, yeah.
Yeah, nearly 50%. Now, crazy. With nearly 50% of these users being, new Xbox user, and this console having, such a killer deal, like, do you think that even though this console, people keep hamping on how it's gonna hold back the generation, but at the end of the day, this console is not targeted to us, the hardcore. Is more targeted, to the large masses. Do you think this is like the ace a card that Xbox and the the Microsoft Xbox team have in order to possibly, even, who knows if they can take over the generation and actually win in terms of console sales? Because winning to me is not console sales. Winning to me is value for us, the customer. But for some of the Twitter console war battling guys, they see the sales and all that. Do you think Microsoft could take over and actually win the console sales because of the Series S? What's your take on that, Crazy?
Be honest with you, I mean, just hearing this and reading about this, that you just put it, that they're giving you a Series S for $300 plus inside the Series S you got a copy of Modern Warfare 2 just for $300. So if you take down the price of the Call of Duty, right, which is 70, that's the price on these consoles, right? $70, right? You're getting the Series S for $230.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Is it 70 or is it 60?
Yeah, I think Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is because you have
70.
to buy like the Series XS and PS5 version 70.
Oh wow.
70, yeah. So you're getting the game and the console is going to cost you $230 if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
So can they win this generation? If they actually focus on it, yes, they can. They actually can win on sales. Why? Because they got this little beast, right? And I'm telling you, it's a little beast because people say, it's holding back the generation. I laugh every time I see that because it literally is not holding it back. And we just saw what happened with the whole Batman issue thing because the what was it? I forgot. Was it a developer or was it an art designer? What was it?
Technical artist.
Technical artist. Yes, it was
technical
technical artist. It came out. It was like, this is a potato.
Hey, it's a sweet potato now.
Is-
After
is-
Plague Tale Requiem.
I like that
and
sweet
then-
potato.
and then all of a sudden, right? Batman comes out and it's got a really bad optimization, and they were trying to blame the Series S because of the bad job they did over there, playing the little console. That console does wonders, and not only that, look how beautiful Plague Tale looks. I mean, Sourblow, you have a Series S. How does Plague Tale look for you on your Series S?
It looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. The
Imagine
fact that the S could run Flight Simulator, you know how hard is that to run it on a PC?
Oh man,
That's
I'll
crazy.
tell you something. If I can turn on the AC, right? I can turn on the AC, and if I want my feet to get warm, all I gotta just put Flight Simulator in my PC and just put my feet next to the computer, and they warm up right away. It really warms up like that. It's insane how hot my PC gets when I play Flight Simulator. And on these consoles, Series X and Series S, I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
It's amazing.
Insane. It's amazing.
It's actually crazy how silent the Series X and S are. You don't hear the fan whatsoever, and it's still, even with these newer games, you don't hear the fan ramp up ever. Something we don't think about too much, but it's true. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true. I mean, and will they win? Yeah, man, they could win it. All they gotta do is price and put these offers, and plus the Game Pass, keep on feeding them those games that they're putting on there. They will get people to jump on there. They will.
Yeah, and I guess things are really, are coming together for Xbox in terms and Series S is a big part of it. We even have today that Phil Spencer confirmed that Xbox Game Pass is actually profitable. It's around 50% of gaming revenue for Microsoft. He said, and this I'm quoting him right now. He says, "I think it will stay in that 10 to 15% of our overall revenue, and it's profitable for us." Phil Spencer also said that Xbox Game Pass on console has slowed down. We're seeing incredible growth on PC. On console, I've seen slow down mainly because at some point you reach everybody on console that wants to subscribe. Now, let's go directly to you, Crazy. Right back. Like, what do you think about Phil Spencer's statements, and how you looking forward? Like, because something I found interesting, he says that he thinks it would stay around 10 to 15%. And I personally think that in order for it to stay 10 to 15%, that would mean that because I expect revenue to grow if they keep the same pace. However, if he's saying it's going to stay around that revenue, then I expect them to invest even more to the Game Pass ecosystem, because that's the only way I would say it would stay around that range. So what do you think, Crazy, about that? Are you excited what that could mean for the future?
I'm gonna tell you something though. I think those numbers are gonna ramp up once they start releasing the exclusives out there.
Yeah, that's what I think. But maybe he means the profit is gonna stay around 10 to 15% because they're gonna invest much more. That's maybe what I'm thinking. Hopefully for us, that's what it means.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. They are going to continue investing. Not only that, but the whole issue that's been going on with the CMA and Sony, putting their gloves on. I think right now Microsoft is going to start putting their gloves. It's not going to start. They already have their gloves on and they're fighting back. And so Is it gonna be better? Yes, it's gonna be better. Is it gonna get, are we gonna get more new games, more third party games on there? Yes, we will. And so I think those numbers will go up along the way. And I think yes, it's gonna reach it to up to. I think it's gonna be up to 25 to 30%. I don't know if you. I don't know if I'm wrong, but it can reach that because once they hit the mobile market, right? Not only the mobile market, and all that stuff. Once they hit all that stuff, that number is going to increase really, really, really fast.
Yeah, it's definitely it. Well, now, Plume, I would like your take on this statement too, but I would also want to ask you, adding on top of that, I believe Phil Spencer talked about him targeting more, the mobile market, and him also wanting to end that dual monopoly, I think it's called, or dual monopoly. Well, the point is,
Duopoly.
duopoly. Yeah, that's the word, with Google and Apple on the phone market. So, what can you tell us about, both, the previous Phil Spencer statement and his statement about competing with Google and Apple?
So, first of all, I guess the debate's over for is Game Pass profitable? Now we know the answer. We don't have to talk about it anymore and go back and forth and people saying it's not profitable and throwing all these things out there as to why it isn't. We now know because he said it. 10 to 15%. I I agree with what Phil Spencer saying about the console thing, and which really shows why they're really pushing hard to expand Game Pass literally as much other platforms, other places that they can, particularly with the mobile side of things. I think that's a huge part of Xbox going forward, whether you are into mobile gaming or not. It's just kind of what's going to be happening, especially with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, all of the content that they're going to get from them that they're going to be able to throw onto mobile. Um, but will it stay at 10 to 15%? I don't know. Like you, I seem to think that if it does stay 10 to 15%, it does mean that they're continuously investing in the service and giving us more content. And maybe he's hasn't factored in the $70 billion purchase of Activision Blizzard yet, and thinking that with that amount that they've spent, plus the amount of people they're going to gain from getting those games on the service, it'll probably still stay within that range. Not too sure on how they're doing the numbers there, but the mobile side of things, they want to open an Xbox mobile store, right? Kind of to compete with iOS and with Android. That would be very interesting to see how they go about doing that. I don't know if they'll ever be able to compete on the same level as iOS or Android, depending on what types of games that they put in there. Because when you think about mobile, it's definitely more of like the casual gamer, just pick up and play, like Candy Crush and Bubble Pop or whatever, and just games like that, right? So it depends on what they're going to be doing and how they're going to like market their Xbox mobile store. Is it going to be strictly mobile games? Is it going to be a mixture of mobile games with Xbox Cloud Gaming and all that type of stuff, and how all that's going to work? But I think it's a good idea. I do, because they have to get into iOS, into the Apple platform somehow, right? With them pretty much being blocked by Apple with Game Pass and having to work around with the browser. I think that's probably one of the major reasons why they want to do something like that. I don't even know if Apple would even allow that on their store too. So, but he also said it's their long-term goal. It's their long-term, like what, so it won't be for a long time, but it makes sense. They need to expand Game Pass. Consoles kind of stagnant with the Game Pass growth, PCs growing, and then the other platforms, they know that that's going to be where they continue to grow the amount of subscribers into the ecosystem with mobile.
All right.
I don't know if I answered your question, but that's my take and thoughts on that.
Last. I was gonna say Go ahead, Gracie. All right.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna put you all in a scenario, right? Since we got Age of Empires running into Xbox right now, heading over there for us to play Age of Empires and us. So can you guys imagine if the deal goes through, which we cross our fingers it does? Can you imagine those guys bring StarCraft, for example, to consoles? I would love to see StarCraft
I think that's.
And not only that, World of Warcraft. If those things go on the console,
I think that's happening.
Game Pass is gonna go crazy after that. It will.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me, because I think at the 25th anniversary broadcast, they said they were making a Age of Empires mobile.
Yes.
So that's probably more insight as to what they're planning in the long term, which is taking all their big IPs that they have now and then just making a mobile version, which they're going to be able to throw into that store, which I think is actually a good idea
My
if
my
they go along those lines.
my last question to you guys before we move to the main topic is, how would you tackle the store, like the mobile store? Like, would you just do it like straight up only mobile games, or would you do a mixture of like cloud gaming and mobile? How would you tackle this? Let's start with you, Crazy.
I'll put everything in it, man. Everything, cloud, everything. Just put everything in it.
You think the same plume, same way? Or,
Yeah, I think the same. Just because like you don't want to have like multiple different apps that people are getting confused with when they're
yeah,
downloading and trying to figure out what
yeah.
games they're going to access to. Just like divide up the section of the app for mobile, cloud, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I think the same. The only thing, I would make sure that the front page, when you open the app, first you have all the mobile games, and then maybe you can have multiple tabs to jump to the other stuff. But yeah, make it all one app, please. Like, stop dividing so many apps.
I actually said this on Monday, but I'm gonna say this again. Since Xbox, and I want to ask you two this.
Yeah.
Since Xbox, right? Not Microsoft. I mean, since Xbox of the whole King purchase and everything coming in, and they want to make a mobile app, right? Do you guys think we're gonna pretty soon see a new Windows Phone mobile, and that could be their handheld that everybody's been asking for?
I personally don't think, because they already failed on that, and I don't think, I haven't, at least I haven't seen Microsoft completely failed on something and then pick it up, and maybe I'm wrong, but I
Yeah,
don't think
I
so.
don't think they'll get into like making another Windows OS style of thing for phones, but they do make like the what is it, the Pro Duo or whatever it's called. I don't know,
Oh
but they
yeah.
have like Windows phones, right? They just have Android on them. I think they'll just continue with that stuff and probably have like Xbox phone, and then runs Android, and then you can download the Xbox store like natively on it or something.
Unless, what if you gave me an idea, Crazy, because
Yeah.
they're making actually Windows run, run iOS apps, like they run your mobile apps basically. So what if they partner up and make somehow the actual like device actually like kind of like a computer, and then that could be like your mobile device, kind of like a mini PC where it runs cloud, and maybe you put a chip on it where you can use 5G. I don't know, just thinking that way, because a lot of people, they're the problem with the IO phone, people didn't get used to that, the whole like layout and stuff, but everyone has or have worked with a Windows computer. So if they can make the layout, especially how they have changed around a little bit, which is, it looks more like, kind of like an iOS template. I think maybe they can do it, but anyway, moving on to the main topics. Um, Before we move on, we do know that Microsoft and also Sony, they're actually targeting Asian developers. They have said it loudly, basically. uh, both Phil Spencer has said it, and I don't know if it was, I don't think it was Jim Ryan though, but I saw it on a post that Tony. Um, so that's kind of interesting. And then we have Capcom that had a huge event, which it would be interesting if they go on a war to trying to purchase Capcoms and other. But anyway, let's move on to Capcom. Capcom has this Resident Evil event in which they showed several of their games for Resident Evil. We have Resident Evil Village, the Gold Edition, which includes a third-person story mode. It has the Mercenary Additional Order, which introduces playable characters and stages. And it also has Shadow of Roses, continue the stories of Ethan's daughter Rosemary. I believe that's is that like a DLC?
Yeah, I
Plume.
think so.
I think that's a DLC.
Yeah.
We also have Resident Evil Reverse, which would be included to the Resident Evil Village owners, and it's a survival revenge battle game in which 2 to 6 players fight to death, kind of like a well, kind of like a it's a multiplayer game basically. Let me stop right here real quick. First of all, did you play Resident Evil Village, Plume?
I did. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great game.
Okay, you excited for the DLC, or are you looking forward to playing the story in third person again, or first person?
Honestly, I think it's cool, but I probably am not going to jump in anytime soon, just because there are so many other games to play. I don't know if I have the time to go in and play that DLC and replay a game I've already played in third person. But maybe one day. Not right now, though.
Okay. And then how about the multiplayer game, the Reverse? Does that excite you, or do you think they should stay away from that?
I've seen some early reviews and people talking about it, and apparently it's as bad as it was. I think they're in like the beta or something. I honestly, yeah, I'm not that interested in Reverse. Just doesn't look great. It just doesn't look good to me. I mean, I feel like Capcom's tried multiplayer multiple times. Could be wrong, but with like Resident Evil stuff, and it's just never panned out. And it almost seems like they're just continuing to spin the wheels on it. And maybe it'll grow. Maybe it's one of those games that will get patches and content in the future that eventually becomes something great. But right now, from what I'm seeing about Reverse, it does not look very good.
Yeah, I personally think Resident Evil is not like a franchise that should be multiplayer. That's my personal opinion. However, I think the only way co-op would really work good in these type of games, if you're able to do like a co-op story where you can basically at long period of the game separate the players and have them run through like their own adversary, because like when it's 2 players together, like you don't get the same sense of like of being like fear, the tension and all that. But that's personally me. But let's go with the horror expert. Well, kind of expert, because the real expert is silent. But let's go with crazy. He has a Friday 13 shirt on, so he must know a little bit at least. Hopefully.
What? Okay, go for it.
So what do you think about Resident Evil Village? Are you excited to play it in third person?
In third person?
Yeah.
I'm playing it first person. I've been playing it for a while, and
Oh, so you haven't beat it yet?
I haven't beat it. No, I haven't beat it. I'm gonna hop onto it because since October, for the jump scares and stuff like that, yeah.
Even I've been here, Louis.
Oh,
you beat it.
now we have Plume.
I had to call you out there. Sorry.
Okay. Y'all gonna pick on me, but okay. But anyways, am I excited for third person? I'll be honest with you. For me, these Resident Evil games on first person, I'm actually enjoying them more. Because this is what happened with Resident Evil 4. When Resident Evil 4 came out, it just came too much of action. And I wasn't really, it was okay. But I just, I wanted, the scares and the stuff to come back. And Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, I got that jump scares back. And I'd rather play it that way instead of third person. Because third person, I feel like it's a little bit more action than first person. So, yeah. I'll enjoy it that way.
Okay, and what do you think about the multiplayer?
There's a lot of crazy multiplayers out there lately. I mean, like today I saw one. I don't know. I think it's on Steam. They say
I mean for this one,
for the Resident Evil, you pick monsters and you fight each other, stuff like that. But I saw one pretty much like that on Steam. You're a priest and you fight demons and stuff like that. Pretty much like the same thing like this Resident Evil multiplayer. I saw it and I was like, Resident Evil multiplayer is just like, I think there was this one game It got a really bad score from Resident Evil. What was it called? You guys remember? I think it was Raccoon something. Um,
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
yeah,
Uh, was it just wasn't it just called like Raccoon City?
something like that. I forgot, but it got a bad score, but it was a lot of fun. So they on the multiplayer side of things are not that good. I just hope they make it good because it'd be really interesting that you can pick nemesis, slam people around, stuff like that. It would be pretty fun. So
So
yeah, gotta check it
sorry,
out. You know,
Operation Raccoon City. That's what it was called. Sorry.
Operation, yeah, Operation Raccoon City. Yeah, that game was bad, but
Yeah.
a lot of people that played it loved it. They loved it.
All
They
right.
loved it. But yeah, it'll be interesting if they actually do make a good multiplayer because it'd be cool if you can go co-op or you know go crazy and fight each other, stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we also had this kind of was the the big main game, which was Resident Evil 4 Remake. They had a full gameplay trailer, and then they had also a story trailer, which we got to see the game actually running. I was super impressed. Capcom, they hats off to them. They're really doing a great job with remake. They're really making the remakes be remakes, not like other studios. I'm not gonna mention their names, but you can see that they actually put some work into it, and there's several changes to the games. Some of the things that we got to see is the Ganado. They have new attacks. We have Leon can parry and fight in close combat. The classic item menu is back. We have
Leon, sorry,
yeah,
sorry, keep going, keep going.
we have the merchant is back as well with a new trade mechanic, and there's a lot of other things we got to see there. Like I'm pretty excited for the game. I played it a long time ago. I don't even remember how long I played it, and the game looks good. Like, what do you think, Plume? Like, have you played
Oh man,
the
I
old Resident
yeah, I
Evil?
played the original back on the GameCube,
Oh wow,
and it was like I enjoyed it then. It is more action based. Like from the gameplay they showed off here, you can tell that like it's still very actiony, but I feel like with all these upgrades and everything, it's going to be a lot scarier, which is how realistic the graphics look. Like Capcom with their remakes with Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil 2 and 3, they do incredible jobs with these remakes. Like these are real remakes, and
yeah.
from what I saw from this gameplay trailer and when they showed off, I was very excited for it. This is probably a day one buy for me. I'm pumped for this one.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is that even you can see that even the gameplay change. Like it doesn't feel like it's the same old gameplay. Like they just
Yeah,
ramped
you're
up.
gonna feel like you're playing a new game when you jump into it. It's not gonna be
Yeah,
like everything's gonna feel the exact same as it was. Well, obviously not because it came out on the what was it, seventh gen or whatever, PS2, GameCube, and Xbox or whatever generation of consoles. So it's gonna be a huge upgrade. And we've seen with 2, we've seen with 3 what they've done.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and like you also said earlier, Plume, like with the way the graphics looks, and also like not only the graphics, like I don't know what was it, but there was something about it like that felt different, and like you said, it felt like it's gonna be a much scarier game. And I'm curious with Crazy because when this game was first announced, he wasn't actually happy with it. He was basically ranting that that wasn't the game. They should have remade, blah blah, this and that. Has your opinion changed, Crazy? And what do you think about the whole thing? No, not really. Not even
Nope.
after watching all this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But
Nope.
why? Like, why? What didn't you like about this? And why you think this wasn't a good idea?
Because I would have wanted them to work on something else, like another Resident Evil remake, instead of 4. Because we already have like how many remasters, remakes we have on this one? I think they already have a remake. If I could be wrong, but
There is a PS4 one, I believe.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
So yeah, another one. I was like, okay, I'll just take it. But I'm still not happy about it. I mean, a lot of people love it, and I'll tell you something though. If it's got the scare factor, because here's the thing with Resident Evil 4, it did not have the scare factor. Remember that we're in is it in Spain? It's in Spain, right?
Yeah.
And so
Here we
the
go.
guy
This is the
and
best.
so the guys that speak Spanish are like, "Te voy a matar." You're like, okay, like, what are you saying? For me, it's not scary though. But but I just hope that it does get the scare factor, kind of like Evil Within. When you're playing Evil Within, you run around, all of a sudden something pumps up, you're like, ah, like all things run around. So I hope they actually do that in this game, and it actually gets a little bit more tense because I found it really easy. I don't know why I found that Resident Evil super easy. I don't know if
Well,
you found it easy, Plume.
I forget. Like I played it way back.
yeah,
Uh,
I probably did, but I'm thinking about like the PS4 version. It was literally just like a 1080p HD remaster or whatever, right? With better frame rates. It was the exact same game. So I think like with Capcom, what we've seen, what they've done with their remakes, it literally seems like a brand new style of game that they put out when they put out these remakes. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Because don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 2 with Mr. X chasing you,
Yeah,
that was intense.
terrifying, terrifying.
Oh my god, those boosts. Oh man, that
Yeah,
was intense. That was intense. I love Mr. X. So I hope they actually do increase the
the
fear
tension.
factor on Resident Evil before they do that. Then I'm all in. I'll buy it day one and sit down and enjoy it. So I hope they do switch that around a bit.
I heard crazy. They changed the voices, and now they don't say the way I'm matar. Now they say crazy Lou. So I think that would be scary right there.
But they mention my name, I'll be like, hell yeah! I'm like, I'm king.
No. Well,
Oh man.
talking about like awkward, weird things and things that are not super interesting. The Resident Evil 4 remake producer, he commented on the possibility of Resident Evil Code Veronica. Like, who cares about that? Nah,
You want to cause some war here today? Oh man,
to
what's wrong
viewers,
with you,
to
Sam?
viewers,
What's wrong with you?
I'm just kidding. I know Dark is there in the chat. He's a real fan of Code Veronica. But anyway, the producer claims that there's currently no plans for the remake. Thanks God. No, he said that there could still be a possibility of the remake. And to be honest, I do actually want that game to get a remake because I haven't played it, but I did seen like a small gameplay trailer, or I don't know if it was a trailer or a gameplay, and it does look like that game looks like I would not play it at all, even if you try to pay me because of the way it plays, not because I'm saying it's a bad game or not. I think maybe if they do change the mechanics to it and they change it around, I'll be willing to play it because it has a good score. So I'm intrigued to see why it has a good score, and also Dark did recommend the game, and he does got a good taste for game usually. So so yeah, I'm super excited for that. Super stoked. I don't know. You guys played Code Veronica?
Ooh,
have not. I have not yet.
I did play it, and I'll be honest with you, I just
Don't
love when
say.
Chris Redfield, everybody's pickle around. What do you mean? Don't say spoilers. Chris
Oh,
Redfield's in the game, so when
no, no.
Chris Redfield
I
comes
thought
back,
I thought you were gonna say something else. I thought you were gonna tell Dark the truth that the game sucks.
why would I say that? And I'll be honest with you though, if you look at the highest rated Resident Evil game, that is the highest rated Resident Evil game. You know that, right?
Probably because Dark paid for it. You pay the reviewer.
He's gonna come after you, you know. But yeah, I want a Code Veronica remake. I think that's the game that deserved this round to get a remake. And I would have put Resident Evil 4, a little bit more further down the line because again, I've beaten Resident Evil for like 3 times already, and going to it again, like okay, it's not. I don't get that the enthusiasm. I rather have a Code Veronica be remade. And I would be like, yes, I'm pumped for that.
All right. Well, this generation, it seems we're gonna get a lot of like horror type games and all, you know. those type of games, and I'm super excited because that genre seems to be back. Honestly,
Back.
there's a like there's a lot of developers bringing all type of different kind of games, which it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting.
No,
What's
but like I said earlier, I mean, there's a multiplayer online, and I gotta look for it. It's weird. Like you're a priest, you grab your cross, you run around, and there's like demons you fight off.
is it
It's like a
is
multiplayer
it
game.
that vampire game maybe? Like the
Vampire
vampire,
game.
there's a vampire like battle royale. Could that be it?
Well, are you speaking about Redfall?
No, not Redfall. Oh,
Oh,
Redfall.
okay.
Redfall. It's a different story. Which, actually,
Mm-hmm.
now that you just mention it, there was a trailer that released, and
Mm-hmm.
the trailer looks good. That game looks good. I have been
Yeah.
saying it since I first saw some gameplay before the game was even like actually shown. I saw some behind the scene gameplay, and I've been saying people are gonna they're gonna change their mind when they saw the gameplay, and I saw a lot of people change their mind about the game, and as they have been putting more information, more details, more pictures, more videos, people have been more excited about this game. Is that a game, Plume, that you are excited about, Redfall?
Yeah, very much so. Like when they first announced it, I remember being kind of like iffy on it. I was like, I didn't know what this was about. Is it another like Left 4 Dead clone? But then they gave us more information with the vampires and everything. That alone, I thought was kind of unique. We don't get too many games where there's like vampires as your main enemy, and in the setting that it's in. And then they showed off the gameplay, and it
Yeah,
just looks like it's a mix of like horror, FPS, strategy, co-op. Like it just looks like it's a great mix with RPG elements to it, with like building your character or for different loadouts of characters. And so yes, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a massive hit when it comes out. And I mean, Arcane, right? Like they don't miss. They don't miss. I mean, they haven't missed. I can't think of a game that they made that's been bad. Even their first game that they was it if I'm thinking of Arcane, but no, that was Compulsion. Sorry, but Arcane, they haven't missed with like Deathloop. They haven't missed with um,
Prey.
Dishonored, um, Prey. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think Redfall's going to be amazing.
Did you see the latest trailer?
Yeah, looks incredible. It just
Yeah.
looks like more of what I'm excited to start playing once I get the game when the game comes out, and the graphics look really really good too. I like the kind of sort of cartoony look they have to it,
Yeah.
but also just I think it's going to look great with all the effects they have going on there and all the different abilities that the players have. How those are all going to intertwine with when you're playing co-op. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people, they think that all games should look like realistic, and I like the art style on this game. It's very
Yeah.
unique. It's a very unique game, and I'm super excited, crazy. Like I know I know you are scared of vampires, and because they stole your tooth or something like that. What was
Okay.
it? No,
Why
just
would a
kidding.
vampire steal my tooth?
Are you excited for the game? Yes or no? What do you think? Did you see the trailer, the recently?
Yes. You know, and I'll be honest with you, it's amazing and just love the way things look. I mean, it feels like I'm playing a Blade game. You know, if a Blade game came out, I would want this to be Blade. Because I mean, just all the way that the vampires disintegrate and everything feels like it's just like the movie Blade.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
cool.
awesome though. It's awesome. And also it has jump scares in it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I cannot wait till that game releases. And like what Plume said, all the players and all and different stuff they can do. And not only that, it's a co-op game. It's
Yeah,
gonna be super fun. It's
it,
like State of Decay but with vampires. It's gonna
it,
be real fun.
and it's cool because like every character seemed to be unique, and
Yeah,
then every character has their own like different build. Like you can build them differently. So that's pretty exciting.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. That game's gonna be awesome.
But anyway, moving on. To
Moving on up
from
to
Microsoft,
the east.
moving real quick to Sony. Now, Microsoft has been, doing their move, trying to get the big Activision Blizzard deal. But Sony has continued to either buy studios or lock down exclusivity deals, which so far, just to mention a few, they had Deathloop, time exclusive, Kenna. We got the Final Fantasies and the upcoming Final Fantasies that are announced. We got Ghostwire Tokyo, Stray, Forspoken, Valkyrian, Elysium. Some of the ones that weren't, you know, weren't a success, I would say Godfall, Babylon Fall. You got even indie games like Tachia. We got the Silent Hill 2 remake that was just announced. That's actually time exclusive. We got Star Wars of the Night of Old Republic, which was actually an Xbox game, you know, kind of like known for the Xbox game. That's gonna be time exclusive. And now there's rumors of the next Square Enix game, which was trademark Cy Cy Cybiogenesis. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Um,
Symbiogenesis. I think it's symbio.
Symbiogenesis. Yeah,
Yeah,
Symbio. Yeah, sorry about that.
that's okay.
And that one's rumored to be time exclusive. And there's another trademark which is Bandai Namco Dream Match. This one I don't have information about that one, but again, the Square Enix trademark. It is it's supposed to be it's rumored to be basis for the story of Parasite Eve, and it's rumored that Sony is locking that game also. It's now crazy starting with you. Do you think this is the counter for Sony? Well, obviously it's kind of the counter they're doing right now, locking down these games, these times of exclusivity. And do you think this is something that Microsoft should also do, or what do you think? You know, how do you think this played out, and how is that kind of fair that the CMA is kind of calling Microsoft off for making this, which is a huge purchase. We gotta admit that, but then Sony is locking down all these huge IPs like Silent Hill, Final Fantasy, and also possibly, future games like this one, which could become a big IP. You never know. So, what do you think, Crazy?
I think. Hmm. Can you repeat that question again? Sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think Microsoft should take that approach and start locking down time exclusivity like Sony?
Yeah.
Should they continue to just focus on you know, purchasing other studios? And if they don't take that approach, like how, also like a second question, like how do you find this like fair that the CMA is attacking Microsoft basically because they're making this huge purchase and they can possibly, which they haven't said they will lock down, they can possibly lock down games, but then Sony is actually locking down these games, which some of them are actually big IPs like Final Fantasy, Silent Hill, etc.
I'll be honest with you. On the first question, should Microsoft be doing this? Yes, they should. They should be locking down third parties, and putting them, but not lock them down though. I would just put them on Game Pass. That's what I would do. I would just put them on Game Pass. Just by doing that, you're literally locking it down because you're gonna be like, over here is 15, over there is 60 or 70. Let me jump over here to 15. There's how much is it? $55 difference right there. So yeah, and if you sum it up, you do save money. So they should do that. Yes, I agree. They should. They should lock down a couple third party games on there. And you asked me if this is fair. The thing is, Sourblow, what do you define by fair? Because this is a practice that's been going on a long time. It's a practice. It was going on when Nintendo was facing Sega. I remember Nintendo literally, I, in that video, it's called Console Wars. They made a documentary. A person came out and said, "No, Nintendo told third-party developers do not make games for Sega. If you do, your game will not come to our console." Nintendo literally said that because they were the popular console, and that practice has been going on for a long time. And yeah, it seems unfair, but you know But the whole CMA stuff like that, and Sony, saying, "Hey, they should block the deal." On that side of things, it's not good. It's not good. On not only that, on their side of things, because it makes them look real petty. It makes them look bad, and it makes them look weak, especially with all those studios they have that can actually make good games. So on that side of things, yeah, if I look at it that way, Sony's not being fair, not letting them purchase it, and they should let it purchase it because since they're locking down a bunch of third-party IPs, and and I don't know why I don't know how they win that right away. They always lock down always like popular titles, like for example Silent Hill, Resident Evil 4. They got exclusive on Resident Evil 4 Callisto Protocol, right? They do, right? Yeah, for those three they do. So yeah, they should Microsoft should actually jump on that and start competing.
All right. Real quick to answer Dark question. He said, "Do I agree that for the last trailer of Final Fantasy 16, they did not mention the exclusivity for the PS5. Do you think they are being slick to hide stuff from the CMA?" Yeah, well, it's rumor that they even kind of like had a showcase and they kind of delayed it because of the whole CMA thing. So probably, um, I don't know if it's the same trailer I saw, but I gotta add also that I gotta say I saw some of the fighting thing on the new Final Fantasy. It looked pretty good, so I kind of more intrigued for the game. Unfortunately, it's probably never will come to Xbox console, so that's kind of sucks.
But did they say that game was exclusive to PlayStation, Final Fantasy 16?
Oh yeah, it's well not on this
Timed.
trailer, but it's time exclusive. But
But so was
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 timed, and we still haven't got it. So
yeah, exactly.
that's not
Exactly.
that's not believable. No, no, no.
But hey, let's believe them, but let's not believe Phil Spencer.
So
But yeah, you was gonna say something crazy.
so wait, the trailer came out these days, right? Take a look at it right now because I haven't looked at it. And
Okay,
at
well,
the end of the day, it did not say it's exclusive to PS5.
yes, that's kind of what Dark said. But moving into you, Plume, like with Sony locking down the games and like first of all, what do you think? What is your take on these time exclusivity deals? Do you agree with them? Is that something that you're okay with it?
as a gamer, I absolutely hate them. I think they're like the worst thing that happens in the industry right now when it comes to exclusivity. Literally just taking a game off of another platform for a bag, but at the same time, if they would have just released it on that other platform, they probably would have made same amount of money, maybe even more. Who knows, right? If they would have released it everywhere. So I hate it. I think time exclusivity is bad. Do I think Xbox should do it? No, honestly, I don't. I really don't think they should do it because they could just literally take all that money that they would put into timed exclusivity and try to acquire more games for Game Pass. Just get content onto Game Pass. Don't waste your time with timed exclusive stuff because even if a game is released on all platforms, people are going to sign up to play it on Game Pass if it's there. And I think that's what they have to focus on, just continuously getting bigger third party games to go alongside their first party content when that starts releasing consistently into Xbox Game Pass. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like timed exclusivity at all. But I
Yeah,
can see why Sony does it. Like I get why they do it. It makes sense from their business perspective when they're still not putting their first party games into their subscription service. They have to, and they're not releasing their games onto PC. They have to really just get as many people to buy a PS5 as possible. So that's why they're still doing it.
I got a question for y'all. This is an interesting question. How many, how many exclusive does PlayStation have out there? Like literally, how many have they announced their first party exclusives?
Oh, first party
Yeah, first party. Yeah, not
that
third
are
party.
that hasn't released, or
That has not been released yet.
I mean, you got God of War coming. You got
Okay.
Spider Man. You got Wolverine,
Okay.
and you got factions.
No, no, League Factions now. That's multiplayer. Talk about
Well, it's still a game, crazy.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Keep going.
um,
That's all I can think of off the top of my head, to be honest.
that's all I think. But I'm sure I know they have more games on the work. I just think they're on early development because the thing is, a lot of their games either ended, the last generation. A lot of their studio ended, like Ghost of Tsushima, for example. And if they want to make the next game, these games take time, unfortunately. So, so I think, not to defend them or anything, but I think that's what they got, and that's why they're making a lot of deals with other studios. They're trying to, grab all these time exclusivities and all these stuff because, unfortunately, their studios are kind of tied up already with projects that are on early development. That's what I personally think.
The question I have to build on that is what's coming out in 2023 from PlayStation. I know we saw in the CMA documents, I think it was CMA, but it was something that Microsoft said that Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine were still coming out in 2023.
That was
And
interesting.
people seem to think that means they're coming out. I just think Microsoft pulled whatever PlayStation had originally put out there for the release period of those games and just wrote that in their document. We've seen nothing on those games. So what are the chances those come out in 2023? I still think pretty low, but what else does PlayStation have coming out in 2023? I haven't even thought about that, but I can't think of anything on top of my head.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if it is true, real quick, that Wolverine and Spider-Man comes out 2023,
That would be huge.
that would be huge. But as a game, like as a gamer of that platform, if I was a gamer of that platform, that I would be kind of scared because that would mean that Spider-Man maybe won't be as ambitious as a lot of people might think, and also that will mean that Wolverine won't be also as ambitious. Maybe there will be like shorter games, maybe like Miles Morales or so. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Just putting out that.
Oh, okay. I think they will be though. I think they will be pretty ambitious though, but I don't think they will come out in 2023. I think they probably announce it in 2023 and announce one, announce the other, but you know,
Well, Spider-Man has been announced and the date 2023. That one, well, doesn't have an official date. Doesn't mean it can't be delayed. They done it before, but it's supposedly coming in 2023.
Yeah. It's hard. Like I guess when you think about God of War, you think of Ragnarok, right? They announced it for was it 2021? I believe they announced it for, or was it when they showed off the PS5 and all whatever? They announced it for not 2022, and then they just showed off like the name of the game. Then obviously got delayed, and it's the same thing with Spider-Man 2 and the Wolverine. All they've shown off is just a quick CGI, like very very tiny announcement trailer. So the chances it comes out in 2023, I think, are pretty low.
Yeah. Well,
no,
we still got a little
agree
bit
with you guys.
of time left, so I'm gonna go with this small little topic real quick, which is about Fable, because I kind of want to ask you guys a question at the end. So it was an article that was written about everything we know about Fable. I'm gonna go quickly on everything we know so far, or at least some of it. We know it's being developed by Playground Games, and it's been in development for around 4 years. Because on November 21st, a developer from Playground Game actually said they've been working for that amount of time. There's huge possibility that the combat will be similar to Witcher, because a developer from CD Projekt was actually named the lead on the combat system. He's working on the game combat system, and he will be designing and implementing combat on Fable. Which, by the way, Witcher 1 Remake was just announced today. Just saying. We got the Forza Horizon 5 weather system that could be implemented on Fable 4. That I think that would be interesting because, as you know, the game is going to be on the Forza Tech engine. We got the lead writer Anna Miguel, senior narrator on for Remedy, and she worked on Control. She was announced on 2020 that she would be the lead writer for Fable, and I saw the blog post at that time, and she was pretty excited. She was actually a Fable fan, and we have many other people like from Borderlands series, for GTA 5. Um, we have writers from Batman Arkham Knight working on this game. So this is a very huge game, very ambitious. We know that um, Matt Booty wanted actually to show some of the game, but the studio said they don't want to show. So I got these basically these two large rumors, which I want you two to comment on it. So the first rumor is um, that um, Fable will not go down as an MMO. The information suggests more that it will be an open world RPG with perhaps an online multiplayer component. Component, yeah. And then we have that there was a leak from Reddit that supposedly said that Albion and Aurora, Albion and Aurora destroyed by an asteroid, and a new continent with an interplanetary travel. Basically, what the leak says is that the Albion that we know, there's an asteroid that falls and kind of destroy it. So this will be kind of like a full reboot with a new like kind of like continent. So going on the first rumor of it being an RPG with multiplayer elements, crazy. Like, what are your expectation of it? Do you like it being an RPG, or do you prefer it being an MMO?
RPG.
RPG. And what do
Yeah.
you think about the multiplayer component? How would you like them to implement it?
Oh, I don't know about that though. I don't know about that. That's a really hard question
Yeah,
because really sword fighting in multiplayer is pretty hard. It's pretty hard. I mean, look at what's this game called? For Ubisoft, For Honor, I think it's called, right? Was it For Honor?
For Honor, yeah, For Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. It was pretty that multiplayer was pretty hard for people to catch on. It wasn't bad. It was fun, but it was pretty hard for people to catch on to that. But it'll be interesting to see how that multiplayer will play through.
Yeah,
I
I'm intrigued about that. How about you,
Yeah.
Plume? What do you think about?
I think definitely it has to be an open world RPG. And I think like if they're rebooting Fable's gone through so much like trials and tribulations through since Fable 3 with the canceled stuff, and people want Fable back, and people want them to just give us like that incredible single player RPG experience with a great story, with great gameplay, and people just get lost in the world. So I feel like they if they don't go down that route, I think a lot of people will be really really disappointed.
Yeah,
But in terms of like a multiplayer thing, I think just kind of like have like an end game, have like where you have more quests to do after you've been in the main campaign. You can jump in with co-op and just go out and take on maybe harder enemies and continue to kind of level up and stuff like that. I feel like that would be the best way to implementation. But I really think they shouldn't try anything too crazy with this Fable reboot. Like, don't make it like I don't know, like an MMO where it's just like a live service, which you never know could happen because a playground. You look at Forza Horizon, it's like a lot of it is service, adding more content, playing along with your friends, and just kind of not really a deep story or anything like that. But I think they just got to make that beautiful, big open world third person RPG. So
yeah. I think real quick, it would be cool, but I don't think we're up there yet. Where like they can have like multiple storylines depending on how if it's creating a character, depending on how you create your character, you have multiple lines, and maybe there's your own like storyline, but there's also like like a bigger storyline where that storyline could be like a co-op storyline where when your friends jump, you can tackle that storyline, but then when they're not online, you can tackle your own kind of storyline. But that would be very ambitious, and I don't think again, I don't think we're not on that level. But then again, Playground Game has shown that you know they can tackle a lot of things that we didn't expect maybe before that. And they have done a great job, and I'm excited to see their take on an RPG. They've been known so much about for the Forza franchise, and I'm super intrigued. Have been hiring you know some very talented people, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see also how their engine is gonna work with an RPG.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's gonna be the most interesting thing. How is Playground going to convert from making Forza Horizon to making Fable? I think that's going to be something that's going to either blow a lot of people away or make you think that Xbox made the wrong decision for the developer to make that game.
Yeah. I think that's probably the main reason why they don't want to show the game yet. They want to make sure that when they do show the game, the game actually, you know, blows people minds away, because sometimes first impression it's worth a lot.
They can't have another Halo situation. They just absolutely can't have that with Fable.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
What about you, Crazy? You got anything else to add?
With Fable, man, I mean, I'm just happy that they're actually implementing the Witcher combat system. I mean, that Witcher combat system is great. I love it.
I think it's cool, but I think it could be, upgradable. But hopefully they do.
But it has me intrigued though. I really want to see what Playground could bring with this. I mean, just the way Forza. I mean, we play Forza Fridays every single Friday. Me and the midweek team, some of the guys, we play Forza Fridays, and just how I sit there and enjoy the views, enjoy the water, storms and everything. Just everything from that game is freaking awesome. Forza Horizon is a freaking awesome game. And just imagine how this game will look. It's gonna be freaking amazing.
Yeah, and then
detail and that stuff.
And then the thing is that the art style doesn't have to be like realistic. So that will probably help them, achieve more in the game.
60 FPS.
That 60 FPS, 120. That is something that has me curious. What will be the art style in this game? Will it be like the old Fable games? Because I mean, the old art style it had, I think it was from was it Lionhead who used to make Fable?
Lionheart.
Yeah.
Lionheart, is it? Yeah.
Lionhead, yeah, Lionhead has had its distinctive art style. When I forgot this RTS game they used to make, which is freaking awesome. I played the heck out of the RTS. You were like a god and you destroyed everything. But yeah, that was a pretty fun game. They had but like I said, they had their art style, and I wonder what the art style is. I wonder how the character's gonna look like. It's gonna be different than the old Fable. Have you guys ever thought about that?
Well, I think that's the teaser they gave us was kind of to give us a feel of, kind of what art style they're gonna go after. So I think it's gonna be similar to the teaser.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be similar to that. And I don't think they're gonna go way off of what the older games were like in art style, because that was like part of the charm of it too, kind of like the lightheartedness of the game. The art style kind of added to that.
I just hope they bring armor. That's something I wanted to be back, because when you play Fable, or you were good or bad, but when you were bad, like your armor got horns and it was dark and all. That was so cool. Yeah, that was really cool. I did not like the other Fable games. I mean, literally, I did not even play them, because when I saw that the characters had clothes, I was like, I'm not playing this. It's not gonna intrigue me to play it. It could have been a good plot, but no.
You know what I really like about their whole like signing, like what's her name again? I don't want to butcher her name. Where is it? Anna Mego. I'll probably butchered it anyway, but I saw an article, and I think I also saw an interview. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that from what I read or what I seen, she was a huge fan of Fable, and it seemed like she really knew the game, and she was an old player, and she was very excited for the game. So that really make me feel like the game is in a good place. And then you have the Playground Games, which they have stated that they want to be the best, developers, the best studio. So in order to do that, you know, they know that this is huge for them. So I'm very excited.
It's like I said, it's amazing and everybody they mentioned in there. They got people from GTA working on there. You got people from Witcher.
From
You got all
Batman.
that stuff from Batman, man.
Yeah.
What was it, Arkham Knight? I think it was.
From the Arkham Knight, working on the story now,
Oh.
which the story, it's great. So I'm expecting. Hopefully, I'm expecting also like their side quests, kind of like something like The Witcher, because to me, The Witcher has some of the best like side stories. Like I go on doing these side stories, and I feel like I'm almost doing a main quest from if I compare it to other games.
Yeah, they have a huge opportunity there with it. Like, when do you guys think it's going to come out? That's the question.
Honestly, I think 2024. That would be my guess.
So they'd be showing it off this upcoming year at their next showcase. Big, like, deep gameplay trailer or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2024. I think 2023, we might end it with a vow. That's my guess right there.
Ooh, man, that's another game.
Oh yeah,
that's another game.
I love Obsidian. I love
Obsidian. It's crazy. It's crazy that we think about like 2022. We didn't get a first party game, but man, if 2023, if Xbox delivers on releasing some of the games that they have in the works right now, it's gonna be an insane year, like an absolutely insane year. It's gonna be nonstop banger after banger.
Well, just with the games announced that are like third party, and then you add up the ones that they already have that we know that are coming, it's insane. And then I'm sure they're gonna end up the year with either Avowed, Hellblade 2. Those are the two that mostly are named. I don't think they'll do both, but if they do both, I mean, that's a killer year.
Yeah,
crazy.
We also got Redfall. Ooh, oh man,
Starfield. We haven't talked.
Yes,
Starfield 2, and that's gonna be in 30 FPS.
Yeah, no, it's confirmed. Todd Howard said that was his target from the beginning, 30 FPS, because he loves the cinematic take and all that. Which it's funny because like I don't know. I guess we have to play the game. I don't mind 30 sometimes when depending on the game. I think this one might be one that I would prefer 60 from what I see.
But I feel like a first person shooter, you'd want 60. I wonder what the reaction is going to be. Has it been officially confirmed, or was it just him saying with the cinematic stuff? Like, I guess they haven't really.
I think it's official because he said it. He said it.
Yeah. He wants to target 30 FPS because he wants to grab all the detail he can from that game and just make it as perfect as can be.
Unless that could have been one of the main reasons why they, the game got delayed. Maybe they could have been like, you should make a 60 FPS mode, and also the game looked kind of rough.
What's the fallout going to be if people on PC are getting 60 and the console's getting 30? After he said he just wanted the cinematic style of things, it's gonna be crazy on the gaming Twitter.
But the thing is, this game is so ambitious too that, to be honest, like I don't even know if I would blame them if it only hits 30 because again, at the end of the day, these are like $300 and $500 console. I understand like we do want 60 FPS, but there's a certain limit, and
But I'll be honest. Okay, example. Look at Plague Tale. Plague Tale is 30 FPS, and look how great it looks.
Yeah, but it's Plague Tale again. It's a different style of game. Like that game, I don't mind 30 because I know it's more like a cinematic and it's more like a slower pace. You get what I mean? But when you play Starfield, there's gonna be moments that you want to go full FPS and shoot and stuff, and that's gonna show.
The hope is they give us a performance toggle, and then just say like we suggest you play in 30 FPS for the best for our vision, but then they give you that ability to toggle it. And even if they take off a bunch of like graphical features and it's obviously not going to be as high resolution, that'll be enough, I think, for a lot of people. And that's one thing that I think developers just gonna have to do. Just make sure that you're optimizing with some sort of performance toggle, even
Yeah.
if it's downgrading
Because then
game on
the
console.
other thing is, like, I don't even I don't even want to think about release day, because if the target is 30 FPS, that means even on PC it's gonna be 30 FPS.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
which would be insane. Like, somebody has a 4090, why are they getting 30
Yeah.
FPS, right? So
Ooh,
it'll be interesting.
I don't want to be on Twitter that day.
No, man. No.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun day on Twitter. We gotta grab a popcorn, sit there,
Well,
and eat our popcorns and enjoy the ride.
I'm gonna be too busy playing Starfield, so
Yeah,
Oh, you'll be too
that's
busy.
day one. If 20 FPS, it's day one.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Well, this has been a great show. We actually covered everything that I had on my notes. I'm sure there's more news, but there were so many news that came out. So
I want. But I mean, can I ask you something though, Sarah? Why don't we drop by real quick and just mention something real fast? Witcher, what are your thoughts on that remake? I want to know your thoughts about that.
oh, Witcher. I'm super
Yeah.
excited. I was actually thinking of when I was done with Witcher 3, going back and maybe playing it when I had time, which probably wasn't going to be the case because by the time I finished Witcher 3, Starfield would probably be out. But,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, but here's the thing though, Sourblow. You know how old is the first Witcher? The first Witcher thing is like 98 or something. I don't remember,
Oh,
but it's
really?
really old.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And you sit down and play it, you're not gonna have fun with it.
Yeah,
Because it's,
I
it's a
don't think it's
really
aged very
old
well.
game. Yeah.
Wow. No,
How about you, Bloom?
I love
Oh, about it.
just the last thing. I just love the world of Witcher and the way they done it in the game. The way, like, everything means something, kind of. Like, it's there for a reason. So they did a great job there.
Yeah, I think The Witcher 3 put The Witcher on the map kind of like as a massive mainstream style of RPG that everyone, like most people played. But I don't think that many people who play The Witcher 3 actually play The Witcher 2 or The Witcher 1. So I
Yeah.
think it's great they're remaking it to
Oh,
give people the chance to experience it now after playing The Witcher 3 and probably loving the game.
my bad. It's an '07 game. I got confused with another game, but it's 2007.
Okay.
First Witcher. So I thought it was a lot more back, but yeah, it hasn't aged well because I mean I played Witcher 2. Witcher 2 was a little bit kind of like Witcher 3, but just Witcher 3 is just it's the game.
It's
Yeah.
it's on another level.
Yeah, and I'm super hyped for that game. I just cannot wait for it to release. That's a game that because I've always wanted to go back and play the old Witchers because I mean when you jump into Witcher 3, there's like some stuff that happened in the first one and the second one that are like all these characters are like, oh, they're like, hey, what's up, buddy? You're like, okay, who's this
Yeah.
guy? And it probably happened in the first one and the second one, and they actually talked about what happened in the first one and the second one. I was like, So it would be interesting if they said, let's make a remake, and all of a sudden this remake just comes out. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I
super excited.
and I hope that 2 also gets a facelift too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
definitely.
And they're doing next gen upgrade to Witcher 3. So if you want to play Witcher 3 again,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the Series X version.
Oh, that's something I'm gonna play again because I wasn't pleased on the way I beat the game back in the day, and told myself I'm gonna beat it again. So with this upgrade, I'm gonna sit down through it and just go and just.
I'm probably gonna be like halfway when it
Oh,
releases.
you're trying to hold off Sourblow because it's releasing this year, isn't it? 2023.
Supposedly, yeah, I think.
Supposedly, yeah. They announced so many Witcher projects.
Yeah,
that
the
are-
thing with Witcher, I love it so much that I'm doing like all the side quests I see, I just do them, and then whenever I get like I'm done with a side quest, I hate this from the game that it just puts on the next like main quest mission. And I don't want to do the main quest mission. I just want to do all the side quests. And then when I'm done with the side quests that are from my level, then I go and do, one of the main missions. So, yeah. But anyway, it's surprisingly this has been a smooth ride today. crazy. You've been good today.
Been good. I'm kind of
But
messed up at the beginning though. It's the pills, but I'm pretty good.
but it's time for landing. It's time to land the plane. So can
Oh,
you give us our landing announcement, Captain?
oh, landing announcement. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Sorry, talk a little bit. Let me just, I gotta grab my. So yeah, give me a second though.
Are you
You're
are
back.
you gonna crash the plane right right
No,
at the
I'm not
end?
gonna crash the plane. No.
Autopilot.
We were just landing right now, and he just oh my god! What
Landing's the hardest part too.
I guess, but come on, like that it should be like he should be an automatic now.
I
Like
training for Flight Simulator. So yeah, I was playing a little bit last week. Grabbed my Flight Simulator engine thing. I was like, yep. Man, oh man.
Robin said, no landing gear.
Passengers are screaming, terrified, Louis.
Yeah,
What happened?
The passengers, everyone's scared.
Everyone's scared. Why is everyone scared though? Nobody should be scared though. All right, guys, you guys ready? We're gonna land now.
All right.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Fasten
All
your
right,
seatbelt.
we're all set to go.
Is this a bike?
I told you we're not gonna crash this time. I came prepared. You're like making fun of us. I said, no, I'm prepared for this one. So let's go.
Oh, Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you aboard again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST. Now, it's time for the outros.
Let's go and let's bring this on, baby.
It looked more like you were like a captain for like a spaceship rather than an airplane. Like you had your spaceship helmet on.
Starfield then.
I guess.
Yeah, pretty good. Man, oh man, it's been one fun, hectic episode, man. Even though I was a little bit knocked out, sorry guys, but next time I will bring the energy that I always bring each and every single week. Chat, you guys rocked. You guys kept this thing rolling, man. Really appreciate you and really appreciate how you kept everything going. Really happy with you all. Plume, let's start with you and thank you, brother, for joining us tonight on this awesome episode. Please tell everybody where they can find you and where they can subscribe for you to reach that 10K you got to reach before December comes. So let's go.
Yeah, Plume Network, YouTube, almost at 9K. If I don't reach it before the end of the year, that's cool. I'm cool with it. Just a goal I was trying to push for. But yeah, Plume Network on YouTube, Plume Network pretty much on all the socials. Twitter is probably the best place to interact with me outside of YouTube.
All right. Awesome. Sourblow, which we don't care about where you're at, though, but you got to tell everybody, though. Please tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, on Xbox, and on YouTube, Sourblow18. And you can also find me on my new YouTube channel for wrestling. It's called Role Play Wrestling. Kind of like role play wrestling. And it's basically, me talking about AEW, and soon, when the AEW game comes out, I'm planning on doing some role playing there. So if you like wrestling and you're planning on playing the AEW game, please, subscribe and follow and keep in check. That way you can participate with us. So, yeah.
Is that gonna be the stuff? Are we gonna wrestle on that thing, Sourblow?
Oh yeah, we're gonna wrestle, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some storylines and all that.
So that means I get to do promo videos for that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So that means I can wear my wrestling trunks.
No, that means I put you in timeout if you do.
What? Why? You gotta promote wrestling, so I gotta look like a wrestling star. I gotta wear my wrestling trunks.
No, I'm kidding. To a certain, well, it depends. What do you mean by wearing wrestling trunks?
Kind of like Bill Goldberg, Triple H wrestling trunks.
Yeah. But you or your character?
My character. I'll probably be the new Otis.
Okay.
And dance, like Otis does. Dance.
So if you're excited, guys, to see Crazy Lou dancing in his trunks, you might want to subscribe, I guess.
Oh man, we're gonna have fun with that, man. I already got some ideas since I started talking about wrestling trucks going through my head. But yeah, I'm gonna write them down because in case I forget. But hey, guys, where can you find the crazy one? You can find me at Twitter at the Crazy Louis Gaming, where I'd say good morning to everybody, say good evening to everybody, and say everything you guys want to hear about, dance, and do all sorts of crazy and fun stuff. Also, you guys can find me on Mondays at 12 p.m. at Xbox Lunch Break Special with Mr. Boomstick Fuzzy Belvedere and Mr. Web Dave. Oh man, and last but not least, here each and every single week at the Xbox International Podcast with my brother Sourblow, Silent Cypher, going each and every single week about all what's going on in gaming news. And guys, like I always say, remember. Let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the XBI Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on the way out. We'll see you next time.